ho. Y'all trying to see another dead body? And that is the response, as you guys can see, of Terence Bud Crawford as called out by Jared Boots Ennis. And it was classic. Of course, everyone has to give their props to Terence Bud Crawford, but he did it for a reason because he wants to challenge for his mandatory spot. And we know how Terence Crawford responded. Let me counterpunch. I think at this point, Terence should be the favorite. Okay, but I want people to remember something about Jared Boots Ennis. Jared Boots Ennis is a guy that has not had his opportunity to shine against the top guys. He hasn't had a Porter, he hasn't had a Thurman, he hasn't had a Garcia, he hasn't had a Ugas, he hasn't had anybody like that. So it's hard to gauge what Boots Ennis can do. It's just we seen he definitely has talent. He's like a kind of a replica and a similarity Terence Crawford type fighter. He's just bigger, I feel. How would a style matchup like that go? I don't know. We just have to favor the champ because he did something that a lot of people didn't think he would do. I thought he could do. You know, of course, you guys know that. And he did it with ease. So it's kind of hard to go against TC at this moment of time. Okay, so Jared Boots Ennis, you got to take your hat off to him. Strong, young, hungry lion that wants the opportunity to shine and put a muzzle on all the props that TC's getting. You know, he wants to be the next in line. Bars. So I think if anything, if he's the mandatory, I think he should fight the mandatory if he's not going to take on Errol Spence. But it's all really up to Errol Spence, I think. Errol Spence has to take time to reflect and a lot of other things before I think taking the decision, but we all know he already made that decision. So Jared Boots Ennis has to fall in line. Okay, so and it depends on how the sanctioning body will take that as well. So they may try to strip Terence Crawford for not taking the mandatory because we've seen that before. So there's a lot of things involved in that. But when Terence Crawford's saying, hey, you guys want to see another dead body, he's like, hey, I've already bagged one badass or claimed badass or acclaimed badass. You know, how about Jared Boots Ennis? He wants some, he can get some. And we've seen Jared Boots Ennis on the phone with Terence Crawford, and he got a little choked up a bit, didn't he not? Because he was claiming and he called out Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford like, when? When'd you call me out? When? Tell me when. And he was, I mean, exactly. You know what I mean? So, however, I do think he's a little hungry for seeing what Errol Spence couldn't do, but that's what you're supposed to do being a fighter. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Terence Bud Crawford viciously responding to Jared Boots Ennis. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!